Strictly Comics is now accepting books for pressing and cleaning services. For deals and promotions, go to Facebook at Strictly Comics, click the Services tab for pricing, and get a free quote. Our 5th affordable auction on Sunday, August the 27th, same time. Multiple auctions will be starting out at just $1. Hope to see you there. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Edwin back again for Strictly Comics, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm doing something a little bit different today. I just came back from a toy store, and I mean not a toy store, but a toy show, and I picked up some things that I usually wouldn't pick up, but I'll explain to you guys why here in just a minute. Real quick, go ahead and check us out every Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern over on YouTube at JLS Comics. It's myself, Jesse from JLS Comics, Justin from EXILESTATE Comics, and Boston Chris, Buckshot 33. We're over there just doing comic conversation, talking about comic books, pop culture, movies, and stuff like that. And I think that this week we're definitely going to talk a lot about the Defenders series that dropped on Netflix this week. I hope you guys have watched it. If you haven't, definitely check it out. It's pretty solid so far. I'm 2 episodes in, and I really have no complaints yet. So definitely check that out because we're going to be chopping it up and talking a bunch of stuff this Tuesday, I'm sure. And also just a reminder, because we're only going to do 1 or 2 more Tuesdays this month, and then we're going to switch over at the end of the month to Thursdays. So if you guys are interested in some comic conversation, tune in. All right. Well, as you can see, I got a figure here. I usually don't buy toys, but my wife and I are going to start trying to have children here in the next year or two. And as much as I like this stuff, I got this toy and another one that I'll show you for like $5. Now, y'all know these toys, or toys today, you can very rarely get a solid toy for $5. So I figured at the least I can collect this stuff, have fun with it. And then in the future, if my child has any interest in some of the toys, because I do plan on showing a lot of the cartoons that I grew up with, because y'all know there's no Saturday morning cartoons anymore. So you got to kind of have to put that in your children on your own with whatever cartoon collection that you have. But anyways, I just thought it would be kind of fun to collect. And because they're so cheap, they're not like collector items, or they're not expensive or anything like that. Hey, I'm getting my future birthday and Christmas presents right now. I'm just oh man, hey, just I'm just saying. But anyways, a little bit of wishful thinking there, I'm sure. But I picked this up for like $2.50. Psylocke is my favorite female X-Men character, probably my favorite female character all around. But I picked this up because I thought it was kind of cool, and never had a Psylocke figure. But anyways, grab that. All right. And then up next, as you can see, Bill and Ted's excellent comic book. If I'm not mistaken, this is the very first appearance of Bill and Ted in comic books. Really, the only reason I'm showing this is because I was at my LCS, I think it was this week or last week, and I saw that they had a Bill and Ted's comic book on issue number 1, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, hey, I got that. I got their first appearance, I believe, in comics. Let me go ahead and show that. And so I got this. I actually got a couple copies of this. It's nothing special, but I got it. Also, you guys, some of these books, but not all of them, are going to be in my auction next Sunday. Not all of them. And as a matter of fact, I still am not decided on which books I'm going to have. Please follow me on Instagram, because I usually post the day of to 2 or 3 days before the books that I'm going to have in my auction. Okay. If they're not going to be in the auction or they're not for sale, look for the NFS for not for sale. If you don't see an NFS, it's typically for sale, or I'll say that this is going to be one of the items that's going to be in my auction. Please follow me on Instagram. It's just so much easier for me to post a picture versus doing a video. This video is going to consist of books I'm going to have in my auction and just books that I'm showing off. Okay, so please follow me on Instagram. All right, back to the comics. Sorry about that, guys. I picked this up from my LCS a couple weeks back. It's nothing special, but it's a Silver Age Doom Patrol, and it's in really nice shape. It's probably like a, I don't know, six to a 7, somewhere around there. I'd have to grade it and come up with a conclusion on what kind of grade I think it might be, but this will probably be in my next auction. Like I said, it's nothing special, but it's a very nice Silver Age copy. I found this. Go ahead and just take all that in right there. If you grew up in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, you know what this is. So I'm just going to let you take all of this in right now. Okay. The reason why I picked this up is because I had no idea these guys had a comic book. I had no idea. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first appearance, I guess, of Saved by the Bell in comic books. I think this would be a really cool item to have if you were getting the cast to sign something. I know I kind of grew up with them, but wasn't like too crazy about them. But they are a part of my childhood, just like I'm sure they are a part of yours. But it was a fun pickup. I got this on the super cheap, so I figured why not. Next, I found another copy of this on the cheap. This book is in really high grade. All right, I think I sold one of these in like my first or second online auction. This one I may put up for sale again as well. I think that I have this already, so it wouldn't be missed. But I got that. I also found another near mint copy newsstand of Jim Lee's first artwork in X-Men. This book is clean, guys. This book is really clean. If I didn't have a copy of this already, like, this would totally be in my collection. So really, really good find right here. And then I also just grabbed this, nothing special, but I found it on the cheap. I also grabbed this, which to my surprise, again, this is nothing special, but to my surprise, I don't think I have had this book. I've seen it forever. I always pass it. I always turn it down, even in the $1.25 bins. But it's such a high grade copy, and I think I got it for like $1. I just decided to go ahead and grab it. Really, I kind of bought a lot of the stuff just to kind of support a comic book friend. And, I'm always willing to try to support guys who are trying to get their little hustle on selling books at comic book shows, toy shows, stuff like that. So really, I just kind of did this out of support for him. I really could have cared less if I picked up some of these books. But anyways, I picked this up. And then also I picked up this one. Again, nothing special. Will's Pistachio. I forget how to pronounce his name. Fantastic artist. This is like Bishop's, second full appearance. I really love the storyline and this artwork. So really, I just grabbed it for nostalgic purposes. Doesn't this guy look like the Predator? Do you think that they watched the Predator and kind of took some ideas from that movie to create these characters? I do. And then I grabbed another copy of this. Nothing special, but it's a newsstand variant, which is why I picked it up. And I grabbed a copy of this as well. Another copy, newsstand variant. First part of Maximum Carnage and first appearance of Shriek. Carnage's main squeeze. And I found this at the same show. I got this from a friend. I'm trying to, whenever I have the opportunity to fill in some holes to my Amazing Spider-Man run, I'll pick some stuff up. And these were just too cheap to pass up, and I didn't have them. I also found number 240. 241, 242, 243, and these are all newsstands if I'm not mistaken. And 244. So I got that nice little run on the cheap from a friend, so I was really happy to pick those up. All right, also got this on the cheap, newsstand variant, very first, if I'm not mistaken, Rob Liefeld on New Mutants artwork. Now, Rob Liefeld gets a lot of flack. Actually, not only that, but it's a McFarlane cover as well. Rob Liefeld, a McFarlane cover. I know Rob Liefeld takes a lot of heat for his artwork, but I am a fan of his artwork. Actually, his earlier stuff, not a fan of his artwork anymore, because I know that he doesn't really draw anything originally. He has these pictures that he just blows up and just traces over them and does those for like commissions. And so nothing really too much comes out of his own head. He just traces, copies over blow up pictures of original art that he has in like these notebooks, notepads and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what he does. But anyways, I like his earlier stuff. I mean, you could see the effort in his artwork early on, and it was just different. It was new. It was a fresh new style. A lot of detail in his work, similarly to Todd McFarlane. So I dug his earlier stuff, especially his New Mutant stuff and his X-Force stuff. And then also I have this. I think we all pretty much know what this is. I'm just showing this off. This isn't mine. I'm pressing this for my LCS. They gave me some more books to press, and when he gave me this, I was like, you know what? I'm putting that in a video. So I got that. This one is mine. I got this on the cheap, really nice near mint copy, newsstand copy. Really digging that cover. So I picked that up. And then also my LCS wanted me to press this. They got this along with that number 87 in with a huge collection this week, and he wanted me to press it. It's in pretty rough shape. It's like maybe a fine. But after I press it out, it should be a very fine, maybe a 9.0. I can't tell yet until after I press it. But again, all the more reason to follow me on Instagram, because I got a bunch of before and after pictures of some pressing that I've been doing that I'm actually going to post up this week. So be sure to check that out if you're interested to see the results of that. And then I found this for cheap. I got this for almost nothing. You know, if anybody watches my videos, you know that I'm trying to complete Wolverine 1 through like 100. Or maybe after the first major story arc after 100, but I really don't care to get every single one of Wolverine's issues of his first ongoing series. Just 1 through 100 or maybe 1 through 120 is good enough for me. But we all know that this right here is the first encounter, if I'm not mistaken, of Deadpool and Wolverine. All right, and then I also got this from my LCS. Again, a part of that huge collection that they got. And just another book that they want me to press. First appearance of Gambit. This book is already in pretty gorgeous shape as it is. So I'm really looking forward to pressing this. And I'm probably going to read it because I don't think I've ever owned a copy of this. And so I might want to try to read it real quick before it leaves my home. So yeah. And then he also got a copy of this for me to press, but this book is in like 9.4, 9.6 condition already. I'll press it for him, although I don't know how much of an improvement I'm going to be able to do, but I'm happy to do so. So I got that. And then last but not least, you guys, this is a pickup that I've shown before in other videos, more like live chats and stuff like that, but I wanted to kind of give it some respect of its own on a haul video. But I picked this up first appearance of Mr. Freeze from a baseball card shop a couple weeks ago. I got this for such a good deal that I may keep this in my collection for a while. I'm not 100% sure, but it's in probably like a 2.0 condition. It's in pretty rough shape, but if anybody would look up CGC 2.0 of this book, and you'll see what the demand is and how much this book goes for out in the market. So I was super stoked to get this when he when I saw that he had it, and he gave me such a killer deal on it. I couldn't resist. Okay. And because I got this, I was actually influenced at the toy show today to pick this up. We all grew up with this cartoon. I definitely did. This toy is from 1993. I think it's the first Batman series. I don't know, but really cool toy. Really cool pickup. This was the other toy that I picked up along with the Psylocke for like $2.50. Couldn't believe it. So, I mean, at $2.50, I mean, come on, can you really pass something like that up? Even if you're not a toy collector and you just know who the character is and you grew up watching the cartoon, it's kind of a no-brainer, in my opinion. But anyways, pick this up along with this guy right here, so we can, you know, give them their respect by showing these off like this. But anyways, that's it. Super happy to have this stuff. And I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with toys, because we don't have the space for it, and they might end up going in a box or whatever until we move out of our apartment and get our own home. But that's it, everybody. That is all that I have today. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. I really appreciate it. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Make sure you share and comment and subscribe. If you are new to subscribing, or if you've been subscribed for a while, please make sure you ring that bell. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. Keep God first in your life and enjoy your comic books. Until next time, you guys, I'll see you next Sunday at my auction. Peace.